Hello, I'm Dinesh D'Souza, and I'm going to be talking to you about some themes from Chapter 2 of my book, The Roots of Obama's Rage. Barack Obama is perhaps the most unknown man to become the President of the United States. Just a few years earlier, he was an obscure state senator in Illinois. In a meteoric ascent, he was elected senator, and then just a couple of years later, president. So a very special set of circumstances, including an economic crisis, propelled him almost unexpectedly into the White House. Now, since Obama has been in office and passing a raft of laws and regulations, dramatically changing American foreign policy and domestic policy. In a sense, what he has been doing is at home expanding the welfare state dramatically, and yet abroad contracting American influence and leadership. And the Weekly Standard summarized this as omnipotence at home, impotence abroad. So a lot of people have been trying to figure out what's this man up to, and there are a lot of theories on the right and on the left to try to explain Obama. On the left, for example, one theory is that Obama is the fulfillment of the civil rights movement. That first there was Frederick Douglass, the runaway slave. Then there was Martin Luther King, and now Obama. He's the pinnacle. He's, as David Remnick, the editor of The New Yorker, said, he's the bridge. On the right, the theories are more critical. Obama is a Muslim, or Obama is a socialist. A lot of business guys think Obama is just clueless. He's never held a real job. He's never run a business. He just doesn't really know he knows how to carve an economic pie, but he doesn't know how to make a pie. Now, the point about all these theories is not that they're all wrong. There's something to them, but they leave a lot that's missing. For example, consider the idea that Obama is a socialist. Well, in a sense, he's doing some of the things socialists do. He's expanding big government. The era of big government is back under Obama. He's running up debt with a promiscuity we've never seen before. America's already $13 trillion in debt. Obama's adding $1.5 trillion this year. So this is worrisome. He has been pushing government into areas where it hasn't been before. He attacks the corporations, the rich. He wants to impose new taxation. So he's very aggressive in promoting his agenda. So all of that fits the socialist label. But on the other hand, the causes that motivate socialists seem to ring hollow for Obama. Notice he never talks about the poor. That's always been a socialist mantra. He hardly talks about equality. That's another major socialist theme. Obama uses markets to his own advantage. His carbon taxes, for example, it's the idea is the government will provide carbon permits, but they will be bought and sold on the open market. Look at healthcare. Hillary's healthcare would have involved the government taking over healthcare. Obama said, no, we're going to let private companies administer healthcare, but we're just going to force every American to buy health insurance. So he's using the private market to achieve his goals. Bottom line of it is, as I say, there's something else, something bigger, and I think something much worse going on with Obama. So the best way to get at Obama is to ask a really simple question. What is Obama's dream? Now, is it the American dream? Is it Martin Luther King's dream? Or is it something else? Now, it's not the American dream as understood by the founders. How do we know this? Obama was in Europe, and he was asked a simple question. Do you think there is something unique about America? This idea, by the way, is called American exceptionalism, the idea there's something unique or special about America. Certainly the founders thought there was. They called America the new order of the ages. But Obama said, no, there's nothing unique about America. We're no more unique than Greece or Britain or any other country. So he rejects American exceptionalism in that sense. Is Obama's dream Martin Luther King's dream? Martin Luther King's dream was the idea of the race-neutral, the colorblind society. And in some ways, Obama embodies that. I think a lot of people voted for him because they share that idealism of moving beyond a society where race matters. But yet, think about it. What has Obama done to promote the colorblind society? Nothing. He never talks about it. He's done nothing to change race-conscious policies. His dream is not Martin Luther King's dream. In fact, he's not a guy who even cares very much about race. And this brings us to my key point. What is Obama's dream? And wonderfully, we don't have to guess. We don't have to speculate. Obama tells us himself. All you have to do is pick up his autobiography. It says right there, dreams from my father. Not dreams of my father. He's not writing about his father's dream. Dreams from my father, which means this is the dream or dreams I got from my dad. Obama is his father's son, and his dreams are his father's dreams.